Bingo! This thing is running, as you guys seen in the last video. So when something's running, the next step usually is to do exhaust, I guess to say, if it doesn't have exhaust or whatever, or drive it. But we're gonna need some exhaust before we go drive this thing. So I'm gonna start it up just so you guys can hear it before we do anything with the exhaust. Of course, it's open header, it's gonna be loud. You guys probably all heard it before, but I'm gonna show you where we start, and then I'm gonna show you the process, and I'm gonna show you where we end. So here we go. I got the welder, I got a little bit of exhaust pipe. There's probably 5 4-foot sticks in there. I mean, some bends. We got, I think, just about everything we're gonna need for now. I'm gonna start working on the exhaust. So I'm gonna start this thing up, and then we'll pick it up and I'll show you what my plan is, and then we're gonna start cutting, welding, everything. So stay tuned. Bingo. Seems to freaking do pretty good with just a little bass tune in it. So, I mean, I know I had the tune from before, but yeah, this thing, it's run decent. Since the last time you guys seen, we got a little bit of a throttle hooked up. We still need to, it only goes about half throttle maybe, but we're gonna have to modify that. We really want to get a new gas pedal because this one's the linkage style for the carburetor, and we kind of made a makeshift one work. We still don't have a belt on it, so that's why I didn't run it very long. But yeah, there's where we're starting. Let's dig in. Let's get started. Let's put some pipe on this thing. Let's lay some pipe. So here we go. We're getting somewhere. It is the next day, and it's about all I've gotten done. Nothing crazy. I'm gonna get started on this other side. Get this other side plumbed up to here. Make this pipe. Then we can figure out what we're gonna do from here. That's gonna be, I don't know if it's gonna be harder, if it's gonna be easier. It all just kind of depends. Once I get in the groove of starting to throw some actual pipe down and put it on the machine, or the vehicle, it usually starts going a little bit faster because I kind of do one side and then the other side goes real fast, and then because I kind of already have done it once. So we got, I think we're gonna have enough pipe. This is all I got left from the last couple things I've done. 2 4-foot sticks, all these little bends, a lot of little 45s and 90s, because we're gonna have to make a couple tight 90s, honestly. And then I got these, which there's a couple pieces of straight if I need them. And then I've got 4 V-bands to ignore the disaster. But if I need some more pipe, I might have to order some, but it don't take long to get here. It takes like a day or two. So if I can get a majority of this stuff kind of tacked in and get most of it ran, then I'll start seeing if I'm gonna have enough pipe. But I honestly think I'm gonna have to get a couple more pieces of straight at least, so I might end up buying one more like $100 kit, so I have some straights and 45s and whatnot. But I mean, we got to go. I'm trying to get the tip right here, and that's a lot of truck up in front of it. So I'll get a time lapse set up. We'll do some welding. We'll do some stuff and things, sticking some pipes together, and hopefully we kind of have something done by the end of the day today. So stay with me, stay tuned. It's gonna be fun. Lots of pipe. Hopefully by the end of the day you might be able to hear how it sounds, but I doubt it. Bet you we're gonna run into some issues. So we're gonna try to stay positive. We're gonna try to get this done and go from there. Well, we have been at it for a little while. Ran into some snags with trying to get these rear V-bands where I want them, but they're both pretty close to where they need to be. Now we just got to get up over this frame. This actually turned out, this section right here, turned out really good, besides, of course, my welds. I mean, they're not too terrible. Not bad for just a white guy, I guess to say, but we got them on there. V-bands are on there. We had to pull this out, tack welded it, made sure it fit, tried to pull it out, broke a tack weld, put it back in, up, out, in, out, up, back out, and welded now. So for some reason, no matter how low I turn this welder, no matter what I do, we still poke holes through some of this stainless. I think it's because it's Amazon stainless, and some of this stuff is thicker wall, some of it's thinner wall, some of it's free, some of it's expensive. Like, it's all over the realm of thickness, I think. So it runs into a little bit of problem trying to weld it together. It's pretty thin here. Then you grab some other pieces, and well, that one's a little bit thicker, and this one seems to be a little bit thinner, but this is all cheap stuff that any single one of you guys could buy off of Amazon, and you can make it work. It's not going to look like, you know, Ty from Cletus. It's not going to look like all these other fancy guys, you know, big fabricating shops and whatnot, but it's going to do the job. It's going to look, I mean, from 2 foot away, it looks pretty freaking fancy. I mean, that's about all you can say. And not many people are going to be under your car anyway, so as long as it looks good for a picture real quick and it sounds good at the end, which we already know it's going to do that, so we just got to get it to it. We don't want it to drag on the ground. Nothing is low by any means, so it's going to be more than fine. But I'm going to start fixing the back section, fabbing that up a little bit, and bending and figuring out what angles I want to use and tack welding and go from there. But we're in it about 4 hours. Not too bad. So I'm going to keep on trucking. Yep, we've been welding away. We been making sure we got plenty of room for things. Make sure nothing's touching. We are close, real close in some areas, but there's some light between there. And the good thing is it's gonna kind of droop down once I get this piece, this is my little shim. I don't know if you can really see that, but there's a 1/4 inch shim right there. But once I get a mount, which I'm trying to figure out the mount situation right now, I have one more joint to weld, and it's that joint right there, but that just slips in there. I welded this already, welded that already, and I kind of had a 45 here at one point, and I didn't really, I mean, it didn't look bad, but I also think the way we're trying to do it is try to make it not seen, but seen type deal. And I think this is a better look for that. And I mean, it's really not that bad. I think it's gonna, it could stir up some dust, but I think that's gonna be the least of our worries, honestly. So yeah, I gotta figure out some brackets or some my J hooks basically. Probably put one right here on the muffler, picking up, mount it somewhere up there, picking up underneath here. And I will probably put one probably somewhere in here. The only thing that sucks about in here is if I bolt it to the bed, I'll have to remember, hey, take this bracket off before we can pull the bed off, which that's not the end of the world, but I'd like to bolt it somewhere where it doesn't matter. But then again, I could probably just put it on the frame here and go up with it, and then use the rubber pulling down here, pulling up there, and it would probably be more than okay. I just gotta watch how I weld them and make sure I don't pull it to where it hits or rubs. But right now, it's hitting a little bit up there, but I mean, we're talking, it's actually, that's the piece that's making the noise, you see it. So once, really, that's how much movement it's got before it hits anything. So put some J hooks on this side and start on this side. Of course, I haven't done this side yet, but now that I have an idea how it's gonna go on this side and how it turned out on this side, which I think is exactly how I envisioned it. I've been thinking about this for literally before the transmission was in here and the drive shaft was in here. The only thing I didn't know what I was gonna be able to do is if I was gonna be able to put this Xpipe in here. And the Xpipe so far has been the biggest pain so far doing it all, just because trying to get it all to come out. I put V-bands here, I put a V-band here, trying to get it all to come out so you can service the transmission. It's kind of a pain, but honestly, once I thought about it, is to get this transmission out anyways, we're gonna have to take the headers off because the bell housing's so wide, because I didn't trim that ear off like people say. But I think a couple 13mm bolts for the headers really ain't gonna bother if we gotta pull them off. So it's all pretty serviceable. I'm pretty happy with it. I think Mom's gonna be even happier with it because she didn't have to do it for one, but I think it's gonna look pretty good. And I hope, I've never not heard anything with a Black Widow muffler on it sound bad. So we went with Black Widow. I've done probably 2 or 3 trucks with Spintex on it so far. Wanted to try something different. My single cab's got Black Widows on it. My extended cab's got Borlas on it. My El Camino's got Borlas on it. So Black Widow, I'm gonna try that because why not? And if I need to change it out, it ain't gonna be that hard to change it out. I really can't go with like a big chambered muffler just because the area it allows, but this is gonna be perfect. So I'm gonna set you guys up. Hopefully when I get back out from dinner, it's about 7:30 now, I'm gonna eat some dinner, come back out here. Kind of limited time with the welder and everything, but I'm gonna try to get this other side done tonight. Hopefully, if not, it'll be the next night, but it's not a big deal. So we're getting there. We're close, almost. I'm excited to hear what this thing sounds like, so stay tuned, should be fun. not a bad fitment. Mom decided she liked the way this exited a little better. I like it a little bit too, just because it's not dumping out the side, not a big old honking pipe here, and I don't think tips would look good here either, coming at a 45 instead of straight down. It is going to stir up a little bit more dust, but who cares? And if you go to a nice enough car show, it's not going to be on gravel anyways. So, but nothing that you just don't have to watch out for. But it actually turned out really good. It's all in there. We got those thingies, those J hooks right there, a J hook right there. We got plenty of room right here. There's literally, I say plenty, there's maybe 1/8 of an inch. But other than that, we got room everywhere. It ain't gonna, I mean, I'm shaking it right now and it's not clunking, so I doubt it's gonna vibrate when it's running. This side, same way. So I'm giving her a good shake and nothing's rubbing, so I mean, it really didn't turn out that bad. Had to use a little bit of short tubes and pie cuts and a little bit of stuff here and there, but it turned out pretty good. We're gonna lower this thing down. We're gonna see how it sounds, and hopefully it sounds decent, so stay tuned. cackle. It's not a freaking glass pack poopy truck. Maybe? That'd be cool. Oh.